Hello everyone, welcome to Chanchu's economics class. Today we are going to see the concept changes in demand. So before entering into this, we have already discussed few concepts on demand. We have seen what is demand, the law of demand, factors determining demand, why does demand curve slopes downwards, exceptions to the demand curve, and now the changes in demand. So in this, we are going to see regarding the expansion and contraction in demand as well as regarding what is increase and decrease in demand. And those who have not watched my other videos on demand, kindly watch it and post the comments in your comment box. Those are new to this channel, kindly support the channel by subscribing it. Now we'll enter into the concept. Expansion and contraction in demand. So here a change in demand solely due to change in price is called expansion and contraction of demand. See, we all know that demand has been affected by various factors. That is, it can be the price of the commodity, it can be climatic and weather conditions, changes in income, changes in the price of substitutes commodity, changes in the price of complementary goods, size of population, taste and preference of the people. So all these are the factors which brings changes in demand. But here we say that a change in demand solely due to change in price. That is, because of price alone, if there is a change in demand, that you tell it as an expansion and contraction of demand. Okay, I'll repeat it. That is, a change in demand only because of changes in the price, then you tell it as an expansion and contraction in demand. Okay, so in the case of expansion, that is when the quantity demanded of a commodity increases due to fall in price, it is called as expansion in demand. Okay, that is when the demand has been increased because of fall in price, you tell it as an expansion in demand. And when the quantity demanded decreases due to rise in price, you tell it as a contraction in demand. Okay, so this can be explained with the help of the graph. In this graph, you can see that y-axis measures the price and the x-axis measures the quantity demanded. So here DD, this DD is the demand curve. So here when the price is OP, the quantity demanded is OM. When the price is OP, the quantity demanded is OM. When the price is increasing from OP to OP2, the quantity demanded is decreasing from M to L. So here, as the price increases from P to P2, the quantity demanded decreases from M to L. So we have already discussed that is, if price increases, demand will decrease. So here the price is increasing from P to P2. At that time, the demand is decreasing from M to L. And this decrease in demand, you tell it as an contraction in demand. That is, it is decreasing from M to L, and this you tell it as a contraction in demand. Okay, and then now if the price is, again we start from, that is, if the price is OP, the quantity demanded is OM, and if the price decreases from OP to OP1, okay, if the price decreases from OP to OP1, when the price is OP1, the quantity demanded is ON. Okay, so here when the price is decreasing from OP to OP1, the quantity demanded increases from M to N, and this increase from M to N is said to be the expansion in demand. It is said to be the expansion in demand. Okay, so now because of changes in the price, there is changes in demand, and this demand, when it increases, you tell it as an expansion, and when it decreases, you tell it as a contraction. Okay, so here you can tell that expansion of demand is from M to N and contraction of demand is M to L. Okay, so you have to remember only one point, that is due to changes in price, if there is a change in demand, that is an increase in demand, you tell it as expansion, and decrease in demand you tell it as contraction. Okay, now the next changes in demand, that is increase and decrease in demand. That is when demand changes due to changes in other factors like taste and preference, income of the person, climatic conditions, then you tell it as an increase and decrease in demand. Okay, so in expansion and contraction, we saw that demand is changing purely because of changes in price, and here in increase and decrease, demand is changing because of other factors apart from the price. If there is changes in demand, you tell it as an increase and decrease in demand. So here, due to changes in other factors, if the consumer buys more goods, it is called as increase in demand, and if the consumer buys less goods, you tell it as a decrease in demand. Okay, so this also we'll see with the help of the graph. In this graph, y axis price is measured, x axis the quantity demanded is measured, and you can see that OP is the price, and at OP price different quantities has been demanded, that is L, M and H. This we will see in detail. So here this price at OP price, that is price remains constant. You can see that the price is a horizontal straight line. Okay, so this horizontal straight line, you tell it as a, that is the price remains constant throughout the time period. In increase and decrease in demand, we say that the demand is changing only because of other factors apart from price. Okay, so that's why we say here price is constant and price is a horizontal straight line. Okay, now when the demand is DD, at that time the prices at OP price, OEM quantities has been demanded. Okay, so when the demand is DD, the equilibrium point is at E. And now when the demand increases from DD to D1 D1, okay, the demand increases from DD to D1 D1. So at that time also the price is the same, but there is an increase in demand from M to H. There is an increase in demand from M to H, and this increase in demand you tell it as an increase. Okay, and when the demand curve slope, that is when the demand curve moves towards its left, okay, that is from DD it moves on to the D2 D2, that is decrease in demand. Okay, so at that time it is when the price is OP, the quantity demanded is OL, the equilibrium point is at E2. So here you can say that the demand has been decreased from OM to OL. Okay, so this decrease from M to L, you tell it as a decrease. Okay, so the increase in demand is M to H and decrease in demand is M to L. Okay, so this is said to be increase and decrease in demand. Here you have to remember one concept, that is price remains constant, and because of changes in other factors, if the demand is increasing, you tell it as an increase, and if the demand is decreasing, you tell it as a decrease. Okay, I hope you all could have understand the concept changes in demand. Okay, so in changes in demand we have discussed two things, that is one is the expansion and contraction in demand, that is purely due to changes in price, and the next one it is increase and decrease in demand, that is purely because of other factors which affects the changes in demand. Okay, yes, I hope you all could have understood the concept. So if you have any suggestions post a comment. If you are interested in my video, do support me by clicking the like button, share it and subscribe the channel. Thank you all.